What you got there in that pack?
What pack?
You got a gun. Oh shit, it ain't loaded.
The story centres on Eli trying to survive in a dystopian world that has been through a nuclear war 30 years before. Eli is on his own personal quest to the west, carrying something sacred that could save mankind. This fight scene happens in the first 15 minutes of the film. One of the reasons why I love it so much is because of the tension build-up to the fight itself. Of course, it's slightly predictable on expecting something to kick off, but us audiences were in the complete unknown on how skilled Eli is. What captured me the most on this fight scene was the way it was shot by the cinematographer Don Burgess. I love how the colour grading and lighting decreased the full effect on the brutality. We know it's happened, we know it's bloodthirsty, but we didn't need to see the full gory detail. I highly recommend this film. This Korean film is about a man named Oh Dae-soo, who was kidnapped and imprisoned for 15 years without any explanation. He then unexpectedly gets released and his captor tells him via phone call that he has to find out why he was kidnapped and has 5 days to investigate before the captor commits suicide. This is another fight scene with outstanding cinematography, beautifully shot by Sung Hoo Cho. The camera never cuts during the fight. It's brutally raw and very realistic. Another great aspect is that you don't expect Oh Dae-soo to be this skilled, because his first impression in the film is that he was an obnoxious alcoholic. During his imprisonment, he practices and practices, and has literally become a one-man army. It's a fantastic scene in a fantastic film. This Indonesian film is set literally after the first film. The main character, rookie cop Rama, must protect his family from brutal politicians because they found out about the previous events from the first film. By doing so, he goes undercover to the criminal underworld to uncover the truth on these brutal thugs. This is the main fight at the end of the film. Not only is it savage, but it's personal because Rama is simply doing this for his wife and infant child, and he has been through many obstacles to get this far. This fight is also brilliantly choreographed by Yan Ruyan. It's a great sequel and I highly recommend it. The story focuses on Neo, a computer hacker that questions his reality. He's then being targeted by a group of mysterious agents after he gets a call from a man named Morpheus, who leads him to a forbidding underworld where the truth about Neo's life is revealed. His life is led by an evil cyber intelligence. Neo, Morpheus and a group of rebels must go through the battle against the machines that are enslaving humanity. This is the end fight scene. Now I know that many fights have been done like this before, but this was the first time the use of bullet time was used, which makes this end fight scene so visually stunning. With incredible cinematography by Bill Pope and fantastic choreography by Yen Wu Ping, this fight scene is amazing. And, as an added bonus, Keanu Reeves has been an actual martial artist for years, which is why his performance as a fighter is second to none. Don't get me wrong, Hugo Weaving does an amazing job too. The beauty of the visuals do increase as the fight goes on, when finding out that Neo is the one, making this fight scene so much more epic. plot centres on a young man called Gary Eggsy Unwin, who gets recruited by a man named Harry Hart, who works for a secret government organisation named the Kingsman Secret Service. Throughout Eggsy's training, the organisation is tracking down a villain named Valentine, who is plotting a global technological disaster. Now, this isn't my favourite film, but I still love it. This fight scene is what captures me the most, and it's ended up as my favourite because it's amazingly choreographed in every single part of the frame. As you can see, it's so chaotic. Everyone is fighting each other, not only by hand-to-hand combat, but by also using weapons, so there's the perfect mixture of the best of both in there. The most amazing aspect of this scene is the wonderful direction by Matthew Vaughn and cinematography by George Richmond. Most of the time the camera stays exactly on Colin Firth. Even through the madness, us audiences can still easily stay focused on Colin Firth, who, like Keanu Reeves with The Matrix, did a lot of his own stunts. Now that shows dedication. So there we are, they are my top 5 best film fight scenes. I hope you all enjoyed this video.